everybody, how are you today? Today we're going to talk about the G Mixolydian mode and how you can use it. Okay, just we'll cut right to the chase. If somebody's playing a G, you're playing blues in G, like a G, C, probably back to G, and then you've got D, C, and G. This is going to be a very handy scale to play while you're on that G chord. Okay, so if you got a groove going like this, that kind of thing. This is a very handy little pattern to know. Okay, here's that pattern, very easy. Third string, where you put your index finger is going to be the root in this case. So we're going to put the 12th fret, we've got a G note. Boom, this is G Mixolydian. And remember, this is assuming you're playing over a G chord. So 12 to 14, that's G to A. Next string is B, C, D, 12, 13, 15. Next string is also 12, 13, 15. That's E, F, G. That is it. That is a movable pattern. Remember, just your root's right there wherever you put your index, and you do that shape, you've got it. If you do it here, you're playing C Mixolydian. That's, of course, assuming you're playing over a C chord or a C7. Do it right here. That's a D note. All right, so you get the idea. Today we're talking about G Mixolydian. So we are going to be here. All right, we're going to hear what each note sounds like. And that's pretty much what you want to do. You want to play this a 7-note scale over the backing track I've got here and just start going at it. Okay, so very easy pattern, of course. Okay, so the first note we're going to do is G. And here it goes. Let's hear how this sounds. We're already off to a soaring start. That's pretty self-explanatory. That's just the root. Of course, it's going to sound good. Okay, next note is A. Let's so 14th fret. So I'm going to play. I'm going to mix it up, G and A a little bit, and then also up here, an octave higher. Here we are, just 2 notes, G and A. You get the idea. Just 2 notes so far. Next is B, 2nd string, 12th fret. Okay, you could also bend up to it so you got your G and your A. You can bend that A note up to B. And you should do it because it sounds awesome. Okay, on the 1st string, you can play the 19th fret. That is a B. And you could also bend from the 17th fret, couldn't you? Okay, let's hear those 3 notes. G, A, and B. All right, so that's 3 notes in. Next note is C. Not a good note to sit on for long, but you gotta have it. Well, you don't have to, but it's a good note to have. When you make spaghetti, you have spaghetti sauce, you need some garlic in there. I get it. Some people hate garlic, but most people do like the taste of it, with, like a Italian dress, what's it called? Spaghetti sauce. The gravy, as they would call it. So, but nobody wants to really chomp down on a piece of garlic, there's some weirdos out there who might feel that way. But you do want some garlic in there. Just don't want to sit on it too long, or just eat the garlic too long. Same thing with C. You don't want to be on it too long because it's dying to be resolved. That's resolving. C back to B. Or bend B up to C. And come back down. That C also goes nicely up to D. Okay, let's just do it in context. And remember, I'm not going to sit on the C note for long because it goes sour very quickly. Here it is. All right, you get the idea. And as we add each note to the scale, it really brings out each note, comes out more alive. Okay, next note is D. Second string, 15th fret. And you can bend up to it from C. It sounds nice as well. Here we are. I'll just start on that D note. Get the idea. We are 5 notes in, 2 more to go, and then we're at the octave. Okay, next note is E. First string, 12th fret. It's a nice note. It's not, exactly a strong tension note like C is. You can sit on it longer than you would, a C. You can even sit on it. It just, it's an E. It's a 6th. Let's go ahead and see how that works. G, A, B, C, D. So that's an E I'm bending up to, right here. And back down to D. See how that resolves nicely? Alright. Yeah, this sounds very Allman Brothers-y, I know. It's a happy blues sound, is what it is. Next note is F. Okay, it could be considered a chord tone if you're playing a G dominant 7th chord. Right? So, let's just dive in. I'm gonna, I'll wave my hands in the air or something when I get to the F note. So, we got all the notes now. G, F. We've gone through all the notes in the G Mixolydian mode. And what's next is you need to memorize that pattern, and it's easy. Look at it, just this. Okay. You need to get the backing track that I've been playing over. I've got it there in the description. And what you need to do is just let it rip and just sit on each note, get to know how it feels, get to know how it tastes. If you're a cook, well, I should say a chef, you're going to have all kinds of spices in your kitchen. You've got thyme. You've got, I don't know. I don't know any spices. Salt and pepper, I guess, right? Oregano, stuff like that. You need to know what to do with each of these. So, a master chef will know what to do with the right spice in the right situation. So the more you get to know what these notes taste like, or feel like, whatever you want to call it, the more you can use them. And note choice does matter. The emotion you put into a note is very important, but it's got to be a combo of that and note choice. You cannot just go by saying, I play with feel all the time. You keep playing that C note over a G chord, it's going to sound like crap. You can sit there and say that you have feeling all day long. It's not going to feel very good. It's going to sound terrible. You got to know the notes you're hitting, The strong notes are the chord tones, G, B, and D, and, to some extent, F. You got to know that C is not a great note to land on, but you want to have that garlic in that tomato sauce. It tastes good. You can't just not have it. It's going to be more bland. That E note is a great note to use. It's often called the 13th. The 6th, same thing. So what you should do is, hit the backing track. Here we go. Let's do it again. Play around with the notes. So G. Right there, I'm using 3 notes. Thing to learn. Let's do that. It's easy. Okay, so play your G right here, 3rd string, 12th fret. And actually, let's look at it this way. Start on the high note, 15th fret, 1st string. Okay, come down. So easy enough, right? Okay, now what I want you to do is every other note, you're going to play this G note. So look at this. So you could hybrid pick it like I did. You could pick every note. I don't care. They both sound good. So here it is. Let's do that. Here's the next thing you should do. On each string, you want to be able to play the scale on each one. So I'm going to have the patterns right there. You can probably already see them. I can't see them yet because I add that in later. But I do know these patterns pretty well. Let's look at the 1st string. So, if we're going to play the G Mixolydian mode, the lowest note we can play on that string is E. Okay, so, yeah, you could say we're just playing the notes in the key of no sharps, no flats. I don't like to call it key of C. Not when we're playing, over a G chord. Okay, so look at this. Let's do this little pattern. So 3, 1, 3, 5. Okay, then same kind of idea, but 5, 3, 5, 7. Okay, then 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8. Then what do we got? 8, 7, 8, 10. Okay, very easy. That sounds good. Here it is. Okay, you get the idea. Next step is you need to just start jamming. Get the backing track, start playing it. That is all in G Mixolydian. Use that over a G blues. When you're playing blues with somebody, if you get to the C chord, do not keep playing that. It's going to sound pretty bad. Yeah, use other stuff for that. Do what you normally do. You could also switch to C Mixolydian. So that is based off the key of 1 flat. But for now, I really want you to just focus on G Mixolydian, just jamming on a long G groove. Okay, that is it for now, and I want you to go and practice now. Thank you. Bye-bye.